Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Mara, and I welcome you to this pick a card reading. These are going to be your 111 portal messages. So on January 11th, a energetic portal of sorts opens up and new opportunities become available to you. So this portal is all about fresh beginnings and starting something new, moving in a new direction for yourself. And I am going to provide some insights and some clarity into how you can aid yourself in that process. If you're seeing this after January 11th, no problem. It will still apply to you. Just use your intuition to choose the card or the charm that really stands out to you the most. If you're interested in purchasing this oracle deck or the tarot cards that I'll be using to get some clarity on this reading, then you can find my affiliate links in the description box below. You can also find the list of all of the decks that I use in my personal practice and on this channel. It always really helps me out when you guys click on the link. Even if you just click on it and don't purchase anything, I still benefit from it. Okay, so we are going to start with the charms, and as I hold those up to the camera, I will be playing a sound for those that would like to choose their reading clairaudiently. So, starting with reading number 1. Reading number 2. And reading number 3. Okay. If you need more time, you can pause the video or go down to the description box and hit the reading selection timestamp. We are going to start with reading number 1, but all 3 will also be timestamped in the description so you can find yours there, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's get into the overall theme of this portal for you. So, yes, there is a collective meaning of the 111 portal, new beginnings, but everybody has their own energy involved in something. And so, of course, the universe is going to cater to you and your energy and your circumstances specifically. So let's take a look at how that is going to manifest for you. Okay, wow, we have message in a bottle. So this card, it speaks heavily about receiving news. This also speaks of receiving signs and synchronicities from your spirit team. On the more not darker side, but the more protective side of the universe, they are saying and want to make sure that you remember that red flags are a red flag. They are nothing more or nothing less. And you should pay attention to what they are, because sometimes we get so involved in what we really want to be true rather than what is true. And if something is telling you over and over and over again that it's not good for you, then you need to listen. But on the lighter side of things, this is all about you receiving really, really beautiful things in your life via like new messages. And so you may very well receive a phone call, a text, an email, a letter in the mail. You may find a bottle on the ocean and or in the ocean, and it has a letter in there that just changes your life. Who knows? But the universe is conspiring in your favor to bring you some kind of confirmation, some kind of news that will bring you and usher you into this new energy that the 111 portal offers. This also feels like a call to communicate a little bit more with your guides. Maybe there is some kind of confusion when it comes to what signs mean what. And so it's always good, even if you've done it once, to just check in with: what does a feather mean to you? What does a snail shell mean to you? What does a seashell mean to you? And really reaffirm that with your spirit guides so that they know what to put along your path to really help guide you in the right direction. But I really love this energy for you with the 111 portal because it just feels like a really nice invitation to begin new. So maybe you are waiting on some kind of result, a job opportunity, just something in the works, and there will be an answer provided shortly. So let's get into some tarot. Now that we have the overall theme of this portal for you, what are you leaving behind? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups and the Two of Swords. Interesting energy. This feels very much like you are leaving behind your inability or your unwillingness to look at your inner truth. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. She is the most intuitive queen. She is nurturing towards her inner guidance system. And with the Two of Swords here, it's very blocked off energy, very not really being able to make decisions, feeling self conscious, not really wanting to move forward, feeling trapped. And so it definitely feels like, with this being in the position of what you're leaving behind, you are going to be able to. You're basically stepping into this feeling of being able to trust yourself again. There's going to be some kind of circumstance that allows you to make a decision, see that that decision really worked out for you, and it just reaffirms that you should follow your intuition, that you should follow your emotional guidance system. And I also feel like this is speaking about you no longer fearing checking in with yourself. Sometimes it can be really overwhelming, especially if we're dealing with a lot of trauma, that it can be really overwhelming to check in emotionally and see where we are holding, say, anxiety in our body. And I feel like moving forward, that's not going to be something that you are really willing to do anymore, to not look at where your emotions are and how they are serving you. I love that. I love that you are really stepping into what feels like a powerful era for yourself. That's such a great energy to have. So, moving forward, now let's take a look at how you can take action towards this new beginning. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. So, this is feeling, yeah, with strength on the bottom of the deck. It's like, I think that you had to go through this period where you didn't really trust yourself, where you didn't really understand what your body was trying to tell you in terms of what's going to serve you the best moving forward and what is just, there on the surface. And I feel like taking action, moving towards what you want is really going to come from a place of you choosing your desire and moving forward, even if it doesn't make total sense. Sometimes the 7 of Cups, it's very dreamy and elusive. And so it can feel almost like you don't have all the answers. You don't have all of the puzzle pieces to put together, but you're still going to make a decision towards something. And it's just really important that you choose something that is right for you. And again, this feeling of if there's a red flag, pay attention, listen to it. You don't want to choose this, the things that are just vanity, are just going to serve you on the surface. You want to choose something that is long term fulfilling, something that is stable and rewarding for you specifically. It may not look that way for other people, and that is okay. So I feel like taking action towards what you want, you're really going to want to listen to your own thoughts and opinions about things. Maybe you want to steer clear of inviting other people's opinions about things and just trust that you know what's best for you. Let's see what else is coming through in terms of taking action. Woo, that shot all the way. So we have the Four of Pentacles, which is all about um, being a little bit stubborn when it comes to your money. There's this feeling that he's standing on it, he has it on his heart, and he has it on his mind. And so he has enough. He has plenty, but he's still fearful of letting go on any aspect, on any level. And so there is this feeling that you may want to be a little bit more loose with your finances or more open. And I'm not encouraging you to spend all your money in one place or to do anything reckless. Definitely be wise and choose the decisions that mean something deep to you, but there is this feeling that maybe you should reevaluate your belief system when it comes to money and how money shows up for you in life. It definitely feels like a call to reevaluate um your your belief system basically about your finances and about how you can attract even not even just finances, but the things that you want, the material wishes that you have. And this card also speaks about that. On the bottom of the deck with this card, we have the Nine of Swords, which does speak of anxiety. So I do feel like there is going to be some opportunity for you to heal some deeply rooted anxiety about not having enough. So this may be a very um, long-term belief system that you really need to address and work through. It's not something that you should or have to do in a short amount of time. You don't have to do it all on the day of the portal. This is a long process that is available to you, and your spirit guides just want you to be aware that that's what's coming up. As you move forward, you may start to feel anxious, and that's for a reason. You're meant to listen to that nudge within you, the oh hey, I feel really anxious about opening up, about letting go or taking this opportunity, because what if it doesn't provide me the safety that I have created for myself right now? Even though I'm really uncomfortable right now, what if it doesn't provide that safety? And your guides are saying that this is a really the perfect opportunity for you to address that and see what comes up for you. Where is the root? Can you heal that? Is there some kind of work that can be done surrounding that? So, lastly, before we close out your reading, I just want to see if there's any messages from your spirit guides that want to come through. Okay. We have the Three of Swords and the Nine of Cups. I always love when these two come out together because this is speaking of, making really having to work to make the right decision. And this card speaks of having your wishes fulfilled. And so it does tell me that you are going to do the work. You are going to be doing the inner work, especially with the 3 of swords coming out here. This is telling me that right now, as it stands, you may be over analyzing and intellectualizing your emotions. And as you move forward through this portal, as you receive this opportunity, continue to check in with yourself and really open yourself up. You're moving from your head into your heart. And I feel like it's like you're plucking the swords from your heart and choosing to actually feel rather than just think about your emotions. And that is such a powerful thing to do as an individual and as a spiritual person, because it brings you to this new level of power. And I feel like as soon as you start clearing up that block, and again, it's not like you have to have the whole thing figured out. You don't have to have the entire belief system reworked. As soon as you start moving in the right direction or the direction of healing and creating a new momentum for yourself, that's when things start really opening up to you. And I feel like the floodgates are kind of opening, and really allowing you to receive what makes sense for you on a deep level. It's no longer about what other people think is right for you, it's about what you think is right for you. And it's about what you deserve and what you are worthy of, which is, I'm just going to guess right now, more than what you think is what you are worthy of. So, overall, I feel like this portal is really honestly just giving you an opportunity to heal. It's giving you an opportunity to get into a better relationship with yourself and your emotional guidance system. You will be receiving some really beautiful, emotionally fulfilling instances out of your ability to check in with yourself and move in a direction of feeling your emotions and moving in the direction of what you really want. There is some money limitations that may come up for you and some kind of material belief system that needs to be reworked or just reevaluated and relooked at. But overall, you can expect a message, some kind of confirmation, some kind of communication that really reaffirms your ability to trust yourself and move in the direction of what you want. I love this energy for you and I wish you all the best. If you found this reading helpful and insightful, I would love it if you could like the video and subscribe to me if you haven't already. You can also find me on TikTok. I don't know how long that's going to last with everything that's going on, but I do post daily readings there. And I just realized that the YouTube shorts changed to 3 minutes. So now I can post my daily energy reads here as well. So I love you all. I hope that you find what you are looking for in this new direction that you are heading into. I wish you all the best. Blessed be. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at the overall theme of this portal for you. Yes, there is a collective meaning of the portal and being new beginnings and fresh starts, but you are an individual and the universe recognizes that. So it may manifest for you very differently than, say, your best friend. So let's take a look at the overall theme. Okay, we have go the distance. So, this is really telling me that you have probably been in survival mode for quite a while. It definitely feels like there is this really heavy energy, this really just having to do things, not really feeling passionate, feeling very what is the point? I feel stuck. I feel overwhelmed, but I have to move forward. I have to do this. I have to do that. And it's almost, I'm feeling very tired and exhausted. And I feel like you've been at this for a long time. It's really been affecting you. And so it definitely is telling me that the theme of this portal for you is going to be about moving out of that. No, it's not going to be an instant fix. It's not going to be like after January 11th that you just feel better and you don't have to survive anymore. But it feels like this opening of an opportunity from the universe to really choose a better feeling for yourself and move in the direction of not necessarily surviving, but also thriving. And we are going to touch on how you can take action towards a fresh start with tarot when we get to that. But I want to bring up that this card speaks of taking action when you take action, you have to do it from a place of long-term fulfillment. Your ultimate goal needs to be on what's going to keep you stable, what's going to keep you happy, and what's going to provide for you the longest, and not necessarily in the moment. And I know that that can be especially challenging when you are already facing very difficult circumstances that are already asking you just to survive, just to do the bare minimum to really keep yourself going. Because normally, a regular human may be in that situation and their first thought is, I just want relief. I just want to not feel this way. And so there is this temptation of sorts to choose something that's just going to get you out of that feeling. But the universe is kind of urging you right now through this card to choose more long-term satisfaction for yourself, because that's what is going to bring you out of this cycle that tends to, or it seems like it's been repeating for a while. So, the overall theme for you is to focus long term, make some long term goals and some mini goals that you can accomplish along the way to kind of ignite that fire and drive within yourself. Take your time. You don't need to, jump up and say, "Hey, like I'm inspired and I can do this." It's okay to excuse me, to kind of throw a fit if you need to, if you want to get out some anger about having fallen on this time of difficulty. That's okay to be angry and to blame the universe. The universe isn't going to smite you. I think that a lot of people tend to perceive the universe as the way that Christians may perceive God. And this is no hate to anybody in specific religions, but the universe is not biased, and it doesn't care whether you hate it or not, whether you are sinning or not, or whatever. And so there is this reminder that I feel encouraged to remind you of, that it's okay to be angry and it's okay to want to throw a fit and want to kind of lash out at the universe. Just make sure that you are doing it from a place of awareness and mindfulness. So if you are going to lash out, take note of it. Check in with yourself during the fit, and really learn from it and grieve. Allow yourself to process emotions that are coming up when it comes to this situation, so that when you move forward, you're not harboring that, you're not holding on to it, so that you can really continue to improve your relationship with yourself and your own guidance system, but also your relationship with the universe and creation in general. So now let's take a look at some tarot. We are going to start with what you are leaving behind. So I'm just going to shuffle a little bit. So, what is group number 2 leaving behind, Spirit, during this 111 portal? What are they leaving behind? Okay. Okay. As I was shuffling, I heard very clearly the word expectations. So I feel like there is, and it's not that you shouldn't have expectations, but I feel like there is this kind of availability to you. That's not the right word, but there's this energy available to you to really tap into that's a little bit more open than the vision that you had for yourself. I feel like you really wanted a very specific thing, and that may be why you are stuck in the survival mode, because you're having a hard time letting go of this really prosperous vision that you had for yourself. But the universe isn't going to deliver something that it knows isn't going to satisfy you. And so I think that moving forward, you will be leaving behind some kind of resistance towards what's really going to satisfy you, because this card is standing out to me as something that you really wanted for yourself in a vision, but it's also standing out to me as potential fulfillment of potential reward and really long-term overarching success in your life. And with the Empress present, there is this feeling of being able to bring that to life, being able to really to allow that to grow and develop in your day-to-day life. I do want to point out, in the background of this card are some cypress trees, not this one, but the ones behind that. And if you don't know, cypress trees are not a happy tree. They're beautiful, but if you cut them, they're gonna die. It's very difficult to keep cypress trees alive. And if you think about that in terms of like your ability to keep going during obstacles, it almost feels like, especially with the 9 of Wands here, that if one thing goes kind of wrong, that it's like you throw your hands up and you're like, I'm done. I don't want to do it. I don't want to invest any more energy. This is obviously the universe saying, don't go this way. And I'm just going to listen. I give up. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to your intuition. When it feels right to quote unquote give up, then do that. I don't encourage anybody to follow a path that just doesn't feel right to them. It doesn't feel like the path of least resistance to them. But also be willing to challenge yourself in the process of creation, because sometimes it will start out slow, but it will grow into this energy that the 10 of Pentacles offers, which is total abundance that really persists through generations. And so, overall, with these cards being in the what are you letting go of? What are you leaving behind with this portal? It definitely feels like just overall, the word that I hear is resistance and expectations. So it feels like you are leaning into a new direction of what prosperity means to you, what obstacles mean to you, how they are going to impact your ability to move forward, if at all, and what creation means to you. So I feel like you are tapping into the energy of the Empress. It's not, even though this is in the position of what you're leaving behind, I really feel like this is all about you being resistant and really holding up a wall and a shield, or however you want to word it, towards this really abundant and creative energy. So allow yourself to let that develop, to let that marinate in your life. It doesn't have to happen all at once. Again, like I was saying, like after January 11th, you're not going to feel like, oh, I'm totally resistant free, and it shouldn't be that way. There should be a process, and this is an obstacle for you to acknowledge and to overcome. So now let's take a look at how you can take action towards this new beginning. All right. Wow. We have the Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is all about moving forward from difficult times, of choosing to have faith in the midst of a really trying time. So it may start off where you really just need to choose a better feeling for yourself, where you really have to choose to say, I know that this has been my reality for a long time, this whatever it is, but there could be this, there could be that, there could be something different, and I don't have to know what it is right now. I just have to, little by little, let go of the resistance that I hold to my vision not being what is going to serve me the best. Um, with the Queen of Wands in reverse here, it definitely feels like you do need to gain a little bit more confidence when it comes to your desires. The Queen of Wands is a very abundant person. She is very positive. She really knows how to channel her creative energy and get results from it. And so it definitely feels like there is this message here with her in reverse that moving forward is going to involve you and really depend on you being able to believe in yourself and really getting back into your passions. Maybe all you need to do right now is just create. Get over some kind of writing block or creative block in your life where you can start to shift things and move in a more confident and um, I just heard possessive manner. So maybe you need to be a little bit hyper fixated, maybe. You don't want to get lost in it, but maybe there's this feeling that you need to be obsessed with something in order to really dive into it. And that's totally valid. I get that. Just make sure that you are doing it in a safe and loving way towards yourself, that you're taking care of yourself as well, because she is also about nurturing her actions, showing up in life for herself, and making decisions based off of what's going to work for her. So, with the Hanged Man, I really feel like this is all about you trusting the process. That oftentimes the Hanged Man, and even I will interpret it as letting go of really moving forward, choosing to get off this post and just let go and move in a new direction. But right now, this is feeling more like you just trusting that you are here for a reason, that you are hanging here for a reason. Maybe this is exactly what you needed in order to start that new business, or to say, enough is enough. I'm angry. I'm going to do something about it. And just have that trust within yourself that yes, things are difficult, but you can change that for you. And what are you learning in the process of this experience? I want to grab one more card in terms of actions that you can take. This definitely feels like more of internal actions, um, rather than, physical things that you can do. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So it feels like maybe making a little bit more wiser financial decisions, choosing to think again long term. So maybe you really want that relief, and so you buy something that's going to give you some satisfaction, but over time it's going to dwindle. And so how can you invest your money, and invest your finances, and maybe not even just your finances, but your personal belongings? How can you really um, make sure that what you have going on physically in your life, materially, is persisting and really existing for the long term. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Cups. So it's kind of a reminder to choose the long term. This card does speak of, or it can speak of, choosing stuff just because it feels good rather than what's going to serve you the most. It can also speak of choosing things that are really bad for you. So this could be a nudge to get out of an addiction that you have, to start to heal some kind of relationship that you have with a belief system, and so on and so forth. So this reading is kind of getting a little bit long, so I'm going to lastly close out with a message from your spirit guides about this portal for you. Okay. Yeah, we have the Chariot. And on the bottom of the deck is the World. I love how reassuring your spirit guides are. This is all about you. Yeah, 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck too. So we have this energy with the Chariot that is really flexible and moving forward with purpose. The Chariot moves through obstacles like it's butter, and really comes from a place of higher understanding. So they trust the universe to provide, and they trust that in every creative situation there is going to be highs and there are going to be lows. There is this really beautiful balance that is offered with the Chariot card that is is really important, and just it's important for you to channel as you move forward. There is this feeling of power. This person is in control. They have everything that they need in this cart here, and they trust themselves and they trust the universe and they trust their ability and their personal power to really serve them as they move forward. With the World here, it's a reminder that the overall energy surrounding you is wholeness, that you are on the process, or in the process of developing this really abundant and prosperous energy in your life. It definitely feels like you have some really strong connections to your spirit guides, but maybe you haven't felt very connected to them lately. And as you move forward and you start to release resistance, you start to connect with yourself and your ability to create, which allows this opening of sorts to really heal your relationship with manifestation, with the universe, with your spirit guides, your spirit team, maybe with witchcraft, or if you are a very spiritual or occult person. So it overall, I feel like this portal is all about you letting go of your resistance and choosing things that are going to serve you long term rather than right now. There is stuff happening for your highest good, and it's just important that you trust, that you let go of what you can when you can, and trust that you're doing the best that you can. And that's all that truly matters. You're not in a rush, in a race, even though there's this little, the flag that people wave in races. I don't know what it's called. Um, there's this feeling that you don't have to rush, especially when it comes to the long term. And because you want it to be stable, you want it to be built to last. So take your time moving forward and channeling this Chariot energy. Know and trust that your guides have your best interest at heart, and they are bringing you towards this feeling of fulfillment and wholeness in life. There is completion on your horizon. If you found this reading helpful and insightful, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find me on TikTok, though I'm not sure how long that's going to last with everything that's been going on. I also just recently started posting on Instagram again, so I don't know. Maybe I will continue that as well. But I just found out that YouTube Shorts is extended to 3 minutes now. I don't know if it just wasn't available to me before, but or what, if it just changed. But I'm really glad because that means I can start posting my daily readings on YouTube as well. So if YouTube is your platform, you can just hang out here, and I have all of my content, or I plan to have all of my content being posted here as well. So, overall, I hope that you find a really beautiful beginning for yourself and you're able to get out of the survival mode and into an actual thriving era for yourself. I wish you all the best along your journey. Blessed be. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. We are going to start with the overall theme of this portal for you because, yes, there is the collective meaning of the 111 portal, but you are obviously an individual and the universe recognizes that. So, this may manifest for you very differently than somebody else. So, let's take a look at how that will be. Ooh, okay, so you got serendipity. I love the energy of this card. So first, I want to touch on the so okay. Wow, overwhelmed. So there's a lot of messages coming through, but first I want to touch on the energy that maybe you have recently really felt like things were aligning and something just didn't work out, that you really felt like things were going to go one way and they didn't, and you're feeling maybe a little bit discouraged. There may be a group of you who are choosing this pile that really feel like you had all the answers and you had everything lined up perfectly, but it just fell through for some reason. And that could very well be because the universe has a better plan for you. It's not that your plan sucked, it's just that it wasn't going to satisfy you the way that the universe knows how to satisfy you. And I know that that can be really frustrating to hear, especially if it's something that you really put a lot of time and energy into, but there is this feeling that it's this or something better, and the universe will not let you down. They may needed to your guides may have needed to bring you to a certain level of depth within yourself of recognizing some hard times so that you could learn a specific lesson and move forward with more confidence or whatever the lesson is for you specifically. But I also want to mention that this is about things really working out for you. So while you may have not gotten that one thing, this is about receiving something beautiful. And so this portal is really ushering in a very lucky time for you. It definitely is an opportunity for you to create more, to receive more. Maybe you have more money and material things available to you. Maybe you are moving into a new house, expanding your physical space. But this card speaks of things just working out. And I also want to point out that, and I've used this card frequently, but this just came to me that her hands are in a prayer position, clasping the 4-leaf clover, and so it does feel like your faith and your ability to trust is really important when it comes to things aligning for you. And so, as you move forward, know that things aren't just going to be dropped into your lap. There obviously is some work that you need to do on your part as a human. You are a vibrational being first, but you are also a physical being that does need to, um, really align with the vibrational aspects that you want for yourself. And so, yes, there is some work to be done, but there's also this level of trust that you are being asked to have. And I think that, starting off with that message of you may have been let down is it's really important for you to really learn again, to trust again, to believe again, and believe that things are working out in your highest favor. Um, Overall, I feel like the theme of this portal for you is going to be about trust and deliverance. So asking for what you want and really seeing it come true for yourself. So now we're going to get into some tarot. Let's give it a shuffle first. All right. So we are first going to start off with what you are leaving behind. So, with this new, fresh beginning into things working out for you, what are you leaving behind that no longer serves you? Oof. We have the moon card. So, not trusting, not understanding the. I feel like the moon, it can present in several ways, but this is about denying the in the position of being what you're leaving behind. This is about denying the pull that you feel intuitively, the that feeling of I know where I'm meant to be going. And while it may be really obvious to other people that I go this direction, I feel more drawn to this direction and I really don't know why, but I'm just going to go. And so it feels like you are no longer willing to compromise your vision for yourself. You're no longer willing to choose the more rational thing. You're willing to choose what doesn't always make sense. And following the little signs and synchronicities that your spirit guides are giving you along your path. And to somebody that doesn't really understand your relationship with your spirituality, that may look a little wild. And so there may be some kind of limitations involved in, or rather, obstacles in navigating your relationship with other people and really choosing to set up a boundary and say, hey, I know you want the best for me, but I actually know what's best for me. So there's this feeling of you choosing to follow your intuition more, choosing to not have all the answers, but go anyways. Let's see what else. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands coming out. So letting go of some insecurities, letting go of maybe not being willing to nurture the way that you show up in life, nurture the way that you show up for yourself. Maybe you've been really choosing other people's opinions over yours, and now you are really choosing yourself and choosing your own direction. And that is all about you stepping into a place of power in your life. Okay, we have the Hierophant upside down in reverse. And so it feels like you are letting go of this need to really be in control, to really be the how would I word this? Because this card speaks of a spiritual leader, a teacher of sorts. And so it with it in reverse and in the position of what you're letting go, it definitely is just it feels very much like you're no longer needing to be the one that controls your destiny. And yes, you still are, whether you like it or not, you are in control of your destiny. You have free will. But there is this feeling that you are kind of just letting go and trusting that what is meant to find you will find you, that you are no longer shutting yourself off to learning the lesson that you needed to from this whatever it was not working out for you. There's this feeling that maybe you didn't want to learn. You didn't want, and it's not that you didn't want to learn. Obviously, no, I don't know anybody that doesn't want to learn, but it's this feeling that you didn't want there to be a lesson. You didn't want there to be like a reason for that really bad thing happening, or maybe it wasn't that bad, it was just that it just didn't work out for you and it was a really big inconvenience, and you didn't want there to be this bigger lesson, because then it means that it's real, that it's done, and you really aren't supposed to go that path. If that makes sense, I feel like it will for the people that chose this pile. So let's start looking at how you can take action towards a new beginning. Okay, so we have the, okay, my apologies, my phone stopped recording. But we have the Empress and the Nine of Wands here, and Death on the bottom of the deck. So there is this energy of you really needing to have an abundant mindset, of you respecting the transformation that you are going through, so that you can receive the full the fullest extent of what the universe has to offer you. There's this feeling of love, of really respecting your personal process and really honoring the power that you hold in relation to the creation of your reality. And with that, there is this feeling of releasing resistance, of no longer um, being the wounded warrior that is hurt but carries on anyways. I feel like there is this need to rest and recover. There's this need to again honor your process by saying, right now I'm not in a creative space, and that's okay. Right now I'm in a let it die space, and that may be painful sometimes, and that's okay. And just in your ability to do that, in your willingness to respect and honor yourself, you really start to align with what is right for you. You really start to align and give the universe more to work with, when in terms of situations, scenarios, circumstances, people coming into your life, objects manifesting. It gives the universe the ability to deliver things that are more important to you in the moment and long term, because you're not faking your way through a process that really just doesn't align for you. Let's get one more card for how you can take action. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. So make sure that you are doing things with integrity, that you're doing things not just for yourself. And actually, that's one thing that this card speaks of, is that your abundance, the things that are working out for you in your life, are not just going to be impacting you, they will also be impacting others. And so don't be afraid to include other people in what you have going on. Don't be afraid to let your guard down. Maybe it'll be in the form of sharing. And again, we have Death on the bottom of the deck. Um, so there's this need to really let people in and be a part of the process of you going through this transformation. You're not meant to do it alone. You can do it alone, but it would be so much better if you had people there to support you and to also experience in your good luck. The Five of Swords can speak of a betrayal. So maybe that's something that you've felt in the past. Maybe that's something you've experienced, and that's why you have this resistance towards letting people in on your abundance. But the universe is saying, let your guard down. Don't be resistant to other people. I'm hearing teamwork. There needs to be some kind of teamwork involved. It may very well be that this is a friend group, or what I'm feeling more of is a work environment where you you have some really abundant opportunities to align with, but your ability to open up and brainstorm and really allow yourself to be seen is what's going to determine the outcome. This can also speak of expecting the shoe to drop, of expecting the worst with the storm clouds rolling in. It can be like you've won the battle, but the worst is to come. And so with this being in the action you can take placement, it just feels like you are meant to recognize when something is done, it's done. There's not this deeper thing that's gonna come with it. It's not that a good every good thing is followed by a bad thing, or every bad thing is followed by worse things. There is this feeling that maybe a little bit more positivity is needed as you move forward. And I don't encourage anybody to be toxically positive, because that will literally get you nowhere. Um, Recognize when something is difficult, but also recognize that things can work out for you. Don't allow this negative mindset to really block you off from receiving this abundance. So, lastly, I want to end your reading with a little message from your spirit guides. Okay, this card really wants to come out. Okay. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. So let me grab one more card. Okay. It just really flew out there. Yeah. Okay. On the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So nurturing your emotions, taking care of yourself. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. So this is telling me that yes, you are moving forward, and you're going to have to allow yourself the grieving process. And that can look like anger, it can look like bargaining, it can look like depression, it can look like many things, and they are never in the same order. Um, Everybody is different, and you may change your process throughout time. So if you've grieved a certain way in the past, make sure that you can try it that way, but check in with yourself to see if you need something different, if you need a little bit of extra support, if you need something to change. Allow for that change to happen. There is comfort on your horizon. There is a feeling of healing, but you do need to look at what has not worked out in order to create that healing for yourself. Your guides want to remind you that you are a powerful person, that you have this ability to really trust the universe and really step into that feeling where you just really are relaxed. But it's really dependent on your mindset. It's really dependent on the things that you do to lead up to that, the prep work. And so that kind of ties into this, where you really do need to lay the groundwork for yourself. You need to do the inner work, do the shadow work, so that you can get to this place of um, really abundant and fruitful trust in the universe. There's also this feeling with this card that she is an expert. And so there may be something, again, I'm really feeling like heavy work energy, and so it may have a lot to do with your job, this serendipity card, things working out for you or what didn't work out for you. You are an expert in something, and the universe wants to remind you of that, and wants you to have a little bit more confidence in your ability to execute things and to have great ideas and to really provide for yourself, because there's a lot of abundance available to you. You just need to do the work to get it. Overall, for you, pile number 3, I feel as though this portal is really all about you trusting the universe, being willing to not have all of the answers, and just doing things anyways because it feels right. This is about you letting go of resistance, allowing people to support you and to really co-create with you in the process of receiving what you want. There's so much available to you. There's so much relaxation, so much reward and abundance and good feeling things that want to be in your life, but you need to do the inner work to get it. You need to allow there to be a lesson in the darker things and allow them to be real. Acknowledge them, take a look at them, and when you do that, you take the power away from them. You take the grandness of this really dark thing and turn it into something a little bit quieter, a little bit subtler, something more tangible that you can look at and understand. So if you found this reading helpful and insightful, then please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find me on TikTok. I post daily readings there, but I just found out that I can do longer shorts on this platform. So if YouTube is your place, then no worries. I'm going to be posting more shorts that are like the daily energy reads and little messages from spirit guides, so that we have more, or you have more content to dive into. Overall, I wish you all the best, and I hope that this portal really uplifts and supports you along your journey to find this abundance for yourself. Blessed be.